Hello everyone, hello! Setsai here with more Final Fantasy XIV. We just watched the opening video for Heaven's Ward, and now we are heading into the expansion proper. Let's talk to Alphinaud. So as you saw in the video, the main character, Meteor they call him, swaps over to Dragoon. But swapping to Ninja also has I think some relevance due to what happened, yeah.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Ul'dah and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphinaud.
Lord Orchiffon.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper. Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. Together. There we shall carry on the Scions' legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Here!
Alright. I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gate's Judgment have been informed to our decision. You need but state your names and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. Alright. So, if you guys remember where the Gates of Judgment were, they are the big gates where we entered the Steps of Faith, where we fought off a giant dragon. And lest I remind you, the city leaders refused to offer any help. And then at the party, they were talking to Sir Aymeric like they had a hand in the victory and played it out like they were deserving of any accolades that were being showered upon the Scions of the Seventh Dawn because, yeah, they helped. They didn't help at all. Not a single one of them helped. Hey, can't engage? Welcome. Wards of Hellsforth. Ah, yes. You may pass. Because they are Tyrion Fordring. They do have a lot in common with him, yeah.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Super rude. Mira doesn't hoe. Also, let's change our pet for today. Wind-Up Cane is thematically, it makes sense, but he's not a random choice for today. Today we get Black Chocobo Chick. Well, that also fits, actually. Greetings, Mr. Spenthus. On behalf of Hellsforth, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you would all come with me. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to run around Ishgard on my own, you sack of shit. Actually, I am going to do that, but I'm also going to run around Ishgard on my own. Anyway, guys, it's very exciting to be here. This is Ishgard. This is the city that we've been able to see from Kurthus. Well, ever since we first arrived at Kurthus, basically. For the longest time, you couldn't go here. Yeah. Alright, we're gonna go grab some aetherites real quick, just while we're down here, so hang on 1 second. That's not what I wanted to do. You sack of shit. Wait, I need to do that. Exactly. I thought that person's name was Mustard, and I was like, alright, but Mustache is also good. Hello, Mustache. Anyway, I don't actually spend a lot of time in Ishgard. Even back when this was like the current city, I still hung out mostly at the FC house and whatnot because they that's what the FC house was for. But it's a really nice city. I actually really like this city, the design and whatnot. There's a lot of really cool things about it, and it's not super difficult to navigate either, for the most part. Not like fucking Ul'dah. And to a lesser degree, Limsa Lamensa. Britannia is easy to navigate for the most part, but it's also, like, gigantic. Running from one side of it to the other can be kind of something. Of course I can. Britannia is basically two lines, yeah. Exactly. Then they just combine. They just fucking combine them through pathways. Hey, Tomlin, you're doing a terrible job keeping this gate. All right, so this is the pillars. This is the upper part of Ishgard. Pretty gigantic area. So I considered adding in Dark Knight, Machinist, and the initial thing, and then I remembered, oh crap, we can't actually unlock those until we get to Ishgard. Just to our left over here is the Astrologian Guild, so you can unlock Astrologian there. Okay, so we're gonna go up and around this way. There's something special about running around and collecting all of the aetheryte shards when you first get to a city. I wouldn't say it's fun, but it does give you a chance just like to look around and see everything. Here's the Great Cathedral. I think this is the tribunal, yeah. It's a grid, obviously. Haha, Gridania. Grid. The Hoplon. Feels like there should be like statues on those, but nope. Okay. And this is another cathedral. A smaller cathedral that like the poor people are allowed in. Yeah, St. Raymond's Cathedral's the cathedral that poor people are allowed to go into. Sadly, I don't think I'm being facetious either. I think the story is basically that the main cathedral is held for like big events and for rich people. The St. Raymond's is for smaller events and also poor people. Okay, so we almost got all of them, but there is something I do want to check while we're here. Since we're here. These are item level 255 and core level 60. Do they have anything that's like lower level? Ah. Ribbon. Okay, so it's level I'm level 100 and this is 115. Alright, we're gonna grab one of those. One of those. Okay, sorry. My ninja's accessories were unfortunately not up to par. Fuck poor people. Well, Jean Lajoie would agree with you. At least one of his characters would. Anyway, I like this city. I don't know why, but this city gives me FF11 vibes. It's not related to FF11 in any way, but it kind of reminds me of Juno in like the way it looks, I guess, and the architecture of the buildings. Maybe not. I don't know. It gives me FF11 vibes. Okay, there we go. You have attuned yourself to all the Aetheryte shards in Ishgard. The gates of judgment are now accessible as an Aethernet destination. Alright, Harshfa, let's do this. The Warrior of Light and her brave companions walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I've waited for this day. Allow me to present to you my family home, Fort Tom Manor. I would like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends. Introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortemps, bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortemps, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortemps.
The honor is mine, Master Alphinaud. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
You may be here for some time. Well, good. He's gonna give us a new hat. We're gonna get this one here, though. Though our friends in House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take us a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. Would seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. Most of the most of the voice actors in the game changed between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. But I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. The documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Fucking Tataru barely goes above this man's knee. Alphinaud barely above his waist. Miro barely up to his chest. These documents identify you as wards of House Fortin. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortin. But let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured we will do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Mira, Tataru, the city awaits. Let's go. We're gonna be here for like an hour then? That's forever in MMO time. I mean, we might. But we're gonna do the symbolic change now, hang on. We went into House Fortin, a warrior. We leave, a warrior. As this is your first time in the fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the Jeweled Crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending into the Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If there are no questions. So that's daytime, so you get a better view of the city. I'm gonna do it tell the bartender, you said I get free drinks. Alright. The Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thorin's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphinaud. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thorin the first to put down Nidhogg and found this very great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars. Time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the Jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. Dude, I'm curious as to how and why you have a market, given that no one's allowed in your city. I explored the pillars and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. This is the Jeweled Crozier over here. We could take a the Aetheryte that we just opened up, but I think it's more symbolic to run over. Also, their signs are held up by like fucking balloons. That's insane. Well, you're certainly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Ah, Wards of House Fortin. How very interesting. I like how we invoked his name the first chance we got. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrements, medicine, materials, whatever your desire, it can be found in the Crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Hey, look at that. Our next destination is the Aetheryte Plaza in the Foundation. If everyone is ready, Alphinaud, Tataru, you guys go on ahead. I have some shopping to do. Alright, now that, well, they won't acknowledge this. You can tell Sas's channel's on the upswing because the bots are back. Exactly. Merchants will be dumb not to do business with them. Exactly. That guy's name is Ortfoshaw. Orsh. Alright. Not yet. Give it time, once the bots are there. And here we have Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza. If you've yet to attune to the Aetheryte, it would be wise to do so now. Way ahead of you, bud. What does this one look like? Oh, it's just like the one we had before without the bits around the eyes. Instead, we just have the traditional Naruto headband. But it hides Miro's hair, so it's going not to be worn. Oh, and jester hats. Cool. The better half. You're gonna give those websites all the money for the bot views. Ishgard's got a really good theme. I like it. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? The Skysteel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The Holy Stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. They're planning the Great Chocobo War. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphinaud. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in the fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have ya? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues? Well, if you mind to learn the better how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight if your nursemaid will let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alpha. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must! It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Knight for myself. I trust that you see the wisdom in this, Miro. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too! Anyway, those of you who were asking with voice actors, all of the voice actors shifted between here and A Realm Reborn. I don't 100% know the reason why. Perhaps their contracts ran out and they just didn't want to renew with the same company. Don't know what to tell you. I can tell you there is one that had a tragic reason why her voice actors changed, and that's Yugiri, the ninja. Unfortunately, her voice actress and her son were murdered. I don't know if they ever found them. I think it was the ex-boyfriend or boyfriend at the time. I'm pretty sure they did get him, but I don't remember. Anyway, it's very sad. Okay, catch big balls. Which is why you kind of don't see Gary with any voice lines for a while. They kind of did that out of respect. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but recently arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with the more notable establishments, Master... Gabriel. Just Gabriel will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits. All quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? 'Cause when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living in the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. It's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot, just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphinaud, I think it would be best if we return to Forton Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tataru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place. Least of all, a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphinaud. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I can practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I'd driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Miro and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by Linkborough if you require assistance. I will! Thank you, Nightbot. Oh yeah, now you guys remember you have a Link Pearl. Alright. Let's step outside into the snow, and we will go and grab ourselves a break. Don't go anywhere. We got more FF14 for you.